What is going on, YouTubers? Your boy Dalyxman. Welcome to another edition of my Q&A corner, where every Wednesday I answer your questions in under 15 minutes. Let's get to this week's batch of questions, starting off with the first one about Kevin Owens. Do you think it would be a good idea to do Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship? If they don't do Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, I would love to see Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. Sign me up for that feud. That would be completely awesome. And for future reference, I just realized here that a lot of these questions are out of order. Maybe there's a way for me to put it in order. Yeah, right here. Most recent. Let's fix that. Alright. So that wasn't the first question. This is the first question. What do you think has been the best Night of Champions pay-per-view so far, and why? The best Night of Champions pay-per-view. I would have to go back to 2012. I think the main event between CM Punk and John Cena. Well, first off, they always have great matches. But that main event was very well done, and I enjoyed it. So, by default, that one would be the best one, I suppose. I did like 2013 as well, but, you know, for my own personal reasons, because Bryan won the championship back. But other than 2012 and 2013, the other ones have been kind of meh. I didn't like the 2011 one, especially the main event. Screw the main event. I didn't like 2010. I don't remember 2010. I don't remember 2009. I don't remember anything else but the, the ones I mentioned. So there you go. What is your favorite WWE special event of the year so far? So the best show I've seen. And this is WWE, not NXT. I guess it would be, it's either Chamber or Beast in the East. I haven't decided yet. I'm going with Chamber. I think so far that is the most effective and actually the most talked about pay-per-view this entire year. You had Owens beat Cena. You had the New Day retain the championships. You had IC and tag team chambers. You had that really good main event between Ambrose and Rollins, and the shocking finish where he won it but didn't win it. It's awesome. I feel like that's the best pay-per-view they've done so far this year. SummerSlam could have been that if they had stuck the finishes correctly. They just really missed it on the finishes. But other than Chamber, the next in line would be Beast in the East. WrestleMania, I guess, would go after that. But Chamber so far is the best one for me this year. Let's see here. Do you think the Shield will ever reform? As in Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns' Shield. Yes, eventually. Give it a couple of years. I wouldn't expect it next year. Maybe the year after that. I'm talking like 2017 reunion. They might do it next year for like a one-off. But if we're talking like a run, 2017 at the earliest. I wouldn't see it happening. I don't see it happening next year. So yeah. Which member of PCB would you turn heel? And how would you book it? So, Paige is the one I would turn heel. And if I was booking it, I would have her screw Charlotte out of being the one to beat Nikki Bella's championship. Okay, that's kind of cruel. If I wanted to make her the most hated diva in the world, that's how I would do it. But what would be a better case of booking it without pissing people off would be to have Charlotte beat Nikki, and then during the rematch or after the rematch of Charlotte beating her again at Night of Champions, that's when Paige turns on her. And her frustration of, Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch getting all the attention just overtook took her, and she just wants to be the one recognized, and she's tired of being around divas. That's how I would do it. Who would be the perfect next opponent for Bray Wyatt? Randy Orton is definitely one I would love to see. I would love to see Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. That won't happen for a while. If not those two, Sting. Absolutely. Sting is a great opponent for Bray Wyatt. So those three. Randy Orton, Batista, Sting. Have you heard of Hijami no Ippo or Baki the Grappler? No. Who's that? If you can give me an indication of who that is. You know what? Let me look him up. I have the internet right here, but yeah, this is the first time I've ever heard that name. But I can look him up right now. Baki the Grappler. Oh, it's an anime. Okay. It's the first time I've heard about it. Is it a good anime? It says here it went, oh my god, 6 years. That means it's a pretty long anime. This is the first time I've heard about it, so maybe I'll check them out. What was the worst part of the Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole feud? Their match. Their match at WrestleMania was the worst part. And getting there was bad as well, so, oh man. But their match was absolute boo-boo. Boo-boo. When you were young, did you watch Static Shock? Yes, I watched Static Shock. And I know I look like Static Shock, Virgil. But I love that cartoon. I thought it was really cool. I like the crossovers with Batman and all the other Justice League or, DC superheroes. I thought that was actually one of the best shows on WB at the time. Warner Brothers, which I think was... It's CW now, but it was... what was it called? Was it Channel... It was Channel 5. It was UPN. There it goes, UPN. During the time it was called UPN. And they had Saturday morning Warner Brothers, Kids WB cartoons. So that's where I watched Static Shock. And I used to watch it all the time. I loved that one. Along with Yu-Gi-Oh! Along with Batman Beyond. Along with a lot of other cartoons I used to watch back then. But yeah, thanks for that memory trip. When do you see Bayley coming to the main roster? Next year. I see her holding the belt all the way into the very last NXT special this December. And soon afterwards, coming up to the main roster. Maybe the first, I see it happening, the very first Raw of 2016. So, that's my prediction. She might come up before then, but we'll see what happens. How would you book a Daniel Bryan versus heel Roman Reigns feud? Jeez. That would be a great feud to have, honestly. Make Reigns the champion, have Bryan chase him. Keep it simple. I think that alone would draw a lot of money. Man, imagine Roman Reigns as a heel character. Jeez, man. It just sounds awesome. Buy or sell, okay. CM Punk in 2011 or Edge in 2006? Wait, whoa. Back it up. Ooh, I almost said Edge in 2006. CM Punk in 2011, oh man. Ooh, that's a hard one. Ooh. I gotta pick one. Okay. CM Punk 2011, he was on fire. One of my favorite moments was his pipe bomb. I can't choose anything outside of that. So, although I love Edge in 2006, shit. CM Punk in 2011. There you go. What do you think Reigns' involvement in WrestleMania 32 should be? Seeing how Rollins interrupted his match with Lesnar, do you think Reigns should finally win his title at WrestleMania 32? And should he be a face? They have to do a better job of building him up. I really think right now, as a character, he really has nothing. He's a good talent, he's a good wrestler, and he has a look, but outside of that, there's nothing to him. They gotta make him appealing somehow. If you have to turn him heel to make him appealing, do it. But I personally if I was booking it, I would turn him heel. And you know what? Most likely, I would probably give him his win at WrestleMania 32 if he was a heel character, because he'd be more tolerated that way. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it if they do a better job of booking him well and giving him a story and making it interesting and making it engaging. Fine. But WWE just does... They just do a very poor job of making people care. And it's just corporate shit. You know. How do you feel about Michael Cole saying that Nikki Bella is the reason why, or the leader of the Divas Revolution? Apparently this is coming from their interview on WWE.com, which I did watch. It's bullshit. There it is. Bella comments, "Oh my god, how dare you insult the Bella Twins." Guys, NXT Divas, the NXT female wrestlers are the ones that started the whole Divas Revolution. I'm sorry. Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, Paige, Emma, Sasha, all of them. They're the ones that started the revolution. They're the ones that got people to care about the Divas again. Nikki didn't do that. Okay? She didn't. I'm sorry, that's not a shot at her. But her storylines that involve Nikki have not been all that good. I think Brie, honestly, might be a better candidate because she at least had a storyline with Stephanie last year. But Nikki, no, she's not. They're just saying that because she's tying AJ Lee's record, and again, they're just trying to make money off of her by having her be the one to have the longest reigning Divas Championship run in history. But it's whatever. I don't care, man. I personally, I personally don't think she's someone I can consider, a candidate or a catalyst for the Divas Revolution. I'm sorry. What are the next two wrestlers you would bring up from NXT? Bayley and Finn Balor. There you go. I couldn't give you a better answer than that. Top 5 favorite title designs. I liked the white IC Championship. I love the World Championship, the Eagle. The Winged Eagle World Championship. The Women's Championship. The World Heavyweight Championship. WCW's World Heavyweight Championship. And let's see. I'm going to throw one at you you're not expecting. I like the NWA World Championship. Go back and look at it. It looks pretty cool. The one that Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and all of them fought over. That looked like a cool belt. So there you go. Those are my top 5 belt designs. Thoughts on MVP and Matt Hardy's feud on SmackDown from 2006 to 2007. I actually liked that feud. That was a very fun feud to watch. MVP is such an underrated heel. No one talks about him anymore, man. He just gets swept under the rug when it comes to his heel talent. I think he's a really good promoist. I think he does a good job of getting people invested and making people hate him to want to see him get beat up, which is what a heel's supposed to do, not white heat like some people have. No, this guy makes you want to see him get beat up, but he's good. So, yeah, really good feud. A couple more questions I got. What are your thoughts on Ken Shamrock? I liked him. I thought, for what he was, I thought he did a good job of getting people invested. I thought he had good matches. I thought he was a believable, dangerous entity in the company. When he lost his mind, you kind of believed that he was going to kill people. I thought he had a really good feud with The Rock. One of my favorites during the Attitude Era. I thought that was a really awesome feud. As an IC champion, he was cool. I'm not going to say he was anything special, but he was cool. But yeah, I liked him. Okay, final question. If you had the power to bring any 5 deceased wrestlers back to life, who would they be? Jesus flipping Christ. Okay, Dusty, Roddy, Mr. Perfect, Randy Savage, and I can't decide. I got Hawk from the Road Warriors. There you go. Okay, guys, that's my Q&A. Thank you for watching. Your boy Dalyxman signing off. Peace.